investigation. News 4 Jax starts now.
The manhunt for an Ohio murder suspect reaches Jacksonville. How authorities have been able to track this man's movement as he heads south. We begin with that crime alert tonight involving an accused murderer who could be on his way to Florida.
Authorities in Ohio say a man wanted for the murder of an elderly couple knows people in both our area and in Tampa. Police say the bodies of Doyle and Lillian Chumney were found in Coshocton County in Ohio. January 20th. Police have been able to track his movements, that is, until to Donaldsonville, Georgia. Now, authorities in Ohio believe Jacksonville could be his next stop. Police believe he's traveling with 2 other accused criminals. Mary is joining us now with more on these suspects. Mary?
Yeah, Rob, we spoke with detectives by phone who say, again, they think Robert Clark knows people here in Jacksonville, and they say he should be considered armed and dangerous. He's been seen with a sawed-off shotgun and may have other weapons, too. Here's a look at Clark again. He's 29 years old. Police say he's 6 foot 3 inches tall, weighs 350 pounds. Authorities believe he's driving a stolen green Dodge Caravan minivan. Police are not sure of the tag number, but they say it's either Ohio tag GBM 4977 or it could be GIT 6870. Police say Clark and 2 of his friends, who we'll show you in a moment, robbed this store in Donaldsonville, Georgia, Sunday night. This is surveillance video of that robbery. They reportedly forced the clerk to the floor and got away with more than $8,000 in cash and merchandise. Police believe Clark is on a multi-state crime spree. News 4 Jax spoke with the lead detective this afternoon by phone about this case.
We're actually tracking this guy by the robberies he's committing. And sadly, that puts us behind him, and we'd like to get in front of him. So that's why we're trying to notify everybody, not just down south. We want everybody in the west to know as well that we don't know where this guy is going, but he is an obvious killer to us, and we're afraid that he may do it again, and we don't want anybody to get hurt.
Police in Ohio say Clark is traveling with these 2 people, Jeffrey Cayley Jr., he's suspected in an aggravated battery in West Virginia, and Tabitha Hazel, there on the right, also believed to be traveling with those 2 men. Police say do not approach these people if you see them, and make sure to call 911 immediately. Joy?
Mary, thanks. Well, we continue following a neighborhood crime alert on Jacksonville's west side 2 days after a mother and her 3-year-old daughter were both duct taped in a bold armed robbery plot. Police are still looking for the 2 or 3 men who got away with a large amount of cash.
Jacksonville sheriff's officers say the suspects have been watching their 22-year-old victim who worked at a West Side check cashing business. Police say the suspects knew her daily routine. That includes the 14-mile drive from her apartment on the west side to Ace Cash Express off McDuff Avenue, just west of downtown, every day. Tarek Miner spoke with friends of the victim and joins us now live from that business. Tarek?
Yeah, you know, Rob, that robber forced that woman at gunpoint inside of that check cashing store that you see behind me, stealing cash. Meanwhile, her daughter was being held inside the house. Daughter was duct taped. I talked to a friend of the victim who tells me she is still terrified, so scared that she's not doing everyday things like showering or even eating.
You know, if I open a store or if I close a store.
Now, the sheriff's office has not said whether or not they have surveillance video from inside of that check cashing store. They do say, however, this is an ongoing investigation. No arrests so far. We did reach out to the owners of Ace Check Cashing, and they also declined to comment on this case, saying they're going to let the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office handle all of the comments. We're live here in Jacksonville. I'm Tarek Miner, Channel 4, the local station.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has not said whether any robbery on Saturday was related to the kidnapping case. Today, JSO released surveillance images from the robbery of the TD Bank location on St. Augustine Road. Police say a man entered the bank, gave the teller a note demanding money. Police say the man indicated he was armed. The teller gave the man an undisclosed amount of cash, and the robber was last seen running toward University Boulevard. If you have any information about this robbery, call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-866-845-TIPS.
Well, Governor Rick Scott is traveling the state to talk about his proposed cell phone and TV tax cut. Scott highlighted the proposals as part of the Keep Florida Working campaign right here in Jacksonville this morning. Channel 4's Ashley Mitchum tells us how this tax cut would affect you.
Governor Rick Scott was at the Jacksonville Chamber of Commerce. Ashley Mitchum, Channel 4, the local station.
ISIS terrorists posted a video on the internet over the weekend that appears to show the beheading of Japanese journalist Kenji Goto. Well, now a tweet that Goto made over 4 years ago about forgiveness is going viral. It translates to close your eyes and remain patient. Once you feel anger or yell, it's over. It is almost like praying. To hate is not an undertaking for men. To judge is God's domain. That is what my Arab brothers taught me. The Prime Minister of Japan is not forgiving the act of terrorists.
We're going to increase humanitarian assistance to Middle East with food and medical aid, and going to fulfill our responsibility as a nation with a resolute attitude in the international community fighting against terrorism.
There's no word tonight about the Jordanian pilot also being held by ISIS. Last week, Jordan demanded proof of life before considering a prisoner swap.
Nearly 18 months after a deadly shooting that killed 12 people, the Navy Yard in Washington, D.C. reopens.
Ahead, you'll hear about the changes made to the building to keep our service members safe.
And again, you might be getting a taste of it if you've been outside in the last hour or two, but the chill is back. It's going to get cold quick. The full forecast, though, is in about 4 minutes.
Well, up next, the former state prison chief has heavy criticism for the governor. What he's claiming about inmate abuse and deaths. The story is next.
Another former state agency head has gone public with heavy criticism about Florida's governor and his staff.
As Matt Gelka tells us, the former secretary of the state's $2 billion prison system painted a bleak picture.
At the state capitol, Matt Gelka, Channel 4, the local station.
The governor's proposed budget would add more than $50 million to the prison system, which includes money to fix rundown facilities. It does not call for employee raises, which corrections employees haven't seen in 7 years.
The family of 21-year-old Bobby Christina Brown has been told to prepare for the worst. She's the daughter of the late singer Whitney Houston and singer Bobby Brown. Well, Bobby Christina is still in a medically induced coma, breathing with the help of a ventilator. Messages of support continue to flood Twitter. We've pulled a couple for you. This is a tweet here that was tweeted by someone, retweeted. Lady Gaga is the one who sent this out. It reads, praying for Bobby Christina. Monsters, those are Lady Gaga's followers. Monsters, let's all get together and send our love and healing energy to Whitney's daughter. Here is another one we pulled for you to take a look at. This one says, all of these old videos of Whitney and Bobby Christina are really making me sad. They were so close. And finally, we pulled this tweet. It was just so simple. Pray for Bobby Christina. Police outside Atlanta say the 21-year-old was taken to a hospital on Saturday after being found lying unresponsive in a bathtub.
The Midwest and New England are dealing with heavy snow. As much as 16 inches is forecast for parts of Boston, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Now, this is video out of Cleveland, where 9 inches recorded on Sunday. More snow fell on the area today, making matters worse. Schools in Cleveland were closed. More than 5,300 flights have been canceled today.
Oof.
Which means nobody went. Nobody went anywhere.
You know, I was talking to my. I was talking to my sister. She's in North Carolina, just down there. She wanted to get back home to Jersey.
Sure, no chance.
Flights canceled, all of them.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know how they always make up these things. I don't travel a lot, but you know, you got planned flights for tomorrow, but you got all these people backed up. I mean, you know, how do they work?
And everybody wants to go at the same time to the same place.
Get out as early as possible. All right, so it was wild up there. Take a look at our satellites. It's a free app. Go for it.
All right, thank you, John. The Washington Navy Yard building that was the site of a mass shooting in 2013 has reopened after extensive renovations. The building received a traditional Navy christening with the breaking of a bottle of champagne on the exterior of the building. About 400 employees of the Naval Sea Systems Command began reporting to work at Building 197 this morning. The building has been closed since the September 2013 shooting, in which 12 people were killed and 4 others were hurt. The gunman, Aaron Alexis, was killed by police. Alexis was a civilian contractor and former Navy reservist who suffered from mental health problems.
We resolved to ensure that we remembered as we moved forward everything that had been lost and to make it stronger and better. Today, we make good on that resolution. Today, you make good on that resolution as you step into this building and step into your future.
The Naval Sea Systems Command says the building has a new layout and appearance following the renovations, which also repaired damage from the shooting.
The Super Bowl's in the books. Now many people want to buy mementos, game items.
But beware of fakes. how to spot the items that are rip-off. Now here's Tom with a look at what's ahead in the next half hour.
Rob, coming up all new at 6 o'clock, the News 4 Jax investigators are digging deeper into assault allegations against a former hospital security guard who was arrested over the weekend. Now only on 4, what we're hearing from one of his accusers. Plus,
I'm Jim Piggott. Take a look at this, the collapse on Liberty Street. Coming up on the local station, we'll show you what the city is now planning to close as a result of it.
And a prosecutor says charges could be dropped against this Columbia County teenager's 2 sisters who were arrested in his killing. What the state attorney says he's now learned about the girls. Join us for these stories and more at 6 o'clock.
A consumer alert for people wanting to buy Super Bowl memorabilia. Beware of fakes.
Federal agents seized more than $100,000 worth of fake goods during Super Bowl week in Phoenix. The message now, buyer beware when shopping online. Experts say, remember, you get what you pay for. If the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Next, they say watch for gross misspellings of players' names. And a profane bashing of a mascot or an item that denigrates a team is guaranteed to be a contraband.
Declining, that is, gas prices have been good for consumers, literally. The Wall Street Journal reports that Americans are saving the money not spent on gas. A survey by Visa shows others are reducing debt with the money not going in the tank either. Economists say it's not unusual for people to stash away initial savings. Economists say if oil prices stay around $50 a barrel, the savings will translate to roughly $1,300 a year.
He's one of the most successful businessmen in the world, and he's now launching a brand of hotels.
Why getting into this new venture was close to a failure for Richard Branson. He's one of the richest men in the world. He's conquered music, cell phone service, airline, and space. Now Richard Branson has a new business venture.
Hotels. But this latest venture really has been difficult for Branson. The Virgin Hotel in Chicago opened a year behind schedule. The company's original plan to have more than 20 hotels by 2017 has been trimmed to 3. Branson admits he thought he would have been able to get good deals on land during the economic downturn, but that didn't pan out. Staying, by the way, at a Virgin brand hotel will cost you about $200 a night.
Not bad.
It's regular, right? I think.
Well, thanks for joining us.
The news continues right now with Tom and Mary.